The Supreme Court's term will stretch into July, going past its traditional June 30th decision date. And of those 4 decisions they'll hand down on Monday, by far the biggest will be regarding Trump's presidential immunity claim. So joining us now, former federal prosecutor Andrew Cherkasky. Andrew, great to see you this morning. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So Monday will be a big day. We're going to find out, we assume, in some monumental way. I guess I say we assume because the court could, I guess, draw some thin lines and make it seem less profound than we expect. But what do you expect to happen on Monday regarding Trump's immunity claims when it comes to the January 6th cases?
Well, the week ended very well for President Trump, and I think that the week is going to begin very well for him as well at the Supreme Court. What we think is going to happen is some degree of immunity is going to be granted by the court. Now, we have to go back to the oral arguments. Going into that, lots of folks on the left thought there was no way there was going to be immunity at all granted to President Trump. Even many on the right legal analysts were dubious of that. But at oral arguments, we saw very clearly that that most of the Supreme Court justices indicated that there would be some form of that. It has yet to be seen how much there's going to be. Whatever it's going to be is going to be some sort of new test that's going to have to carry into the future. Neil Gorsuch said that this is a test for the ages during oral arguments. I think what we have to keep in mind is no matter what that ruling is, it's going to send really all of Trump's cases back to the trial court, where the trial court judge is going to have to look at this new standard in comparison to the charges that are there. Even the New York recent criminal case could be reassessed as to whether that should have been brought.
Really?
Because those criminal charges all occurred while he was in office. Now, I don't think he's going to get relief from Judge Merchan on that, but it's going to be a new round of arguments, perhaps even delaying the sentencing in that case.
Yeah, all delaying the timeline, which if we'd assume all of these were the hopes for many of these prosecutors and Democrats was this would happen before the election, another win for Trump.
Right.
So let's talk about what happened at the end of the week. You mentioned it was a big week at the end of Thursday and Friday decisions that were released at the Supreme Court. And I want you to help us understand a few of them. So first of all, they issued an opinion on limiting the January 6th charges for all the people that have been arrested, specifically the obstruction of an official proceeding charge.
That's right. So those who were charged in the January 6th, including President Trump, had a major windfall from this decision last week. The Supreme Court essentially saying that the specifics of what the interference or the obstruction was has to be relatively specific, related to kind of documents or other tangible things that are actually identifiable, as opposed to this catch-all phrase that was put under this term otherwise. And the court said that that wasn't enough. There's a lot of folks who pled guilty already. It's a question as to whether that's going to reverse their convictions, because when you plead guilty, you waive a lot of your constitutional rights. It will certainly help President Trump with at least 2 of the charges in the D.C. case. How that's dealt with, I think they're going to wait, obviously, and see what happens with the immunity decision, because that's going to affect that case as well. How that will be all pieced back together by Jack Smith, yet to be seen.
And there are other charges that those defendants on January 6th are facing as well, but this limits the obstruction of an official proceeding charge.
Right, and that could send cases back for resentencing, something along that.
All right, finally, this was a big one, and certainly political watchers sensed this is more profound than we all can appreciate, but it's a little bit hard to understand, and that's the Chevron decision, which, as it's described, limits the administrative state. So help me if I understand this correctly. Before Chevron, the Supreme Court allowed the legislative branch to grant to federal agencies this huge power to write regulations, interpret laws, however they like. And that gave a lot of power to name your federal acronym. Now the Supreme Court has said, no, you don't get to write laws, right, at the FDA, SEC level of government.
So the Chevron deference standard that had existed until just yesterday is kind of the embodiment of the difference between big government and small government. I think that's the easiest way to put it. The Chevron deference standard that had been there essentially said that these executive branch agencies were allowed to create almost any law that they wanted where there was ambiguity in the congressional law, the legislation that actually had passed. Now the Supreme Court says that is way too far. It is for the legislator legislature to make the laws. It is for the executive branch to enforce it, not make up their own versions of it. That has tremendous implications, primarily for businesses.
So let me make sure I understand. So the legislative branch, Congress, could write a law, basically the framework, and then they hand it over to the executive branch, and the executive branch would use these administrative bodies to fill in the gaps. So if you're running a business out there, whether or not you're a fisherman or anything else, you end up answering to regulations written by agencies, not lawmakers.
And there's lots of ambiguities that you see in those laws, some of them intentional, some of them unintentional over the years, trying to give to the executive agencies that authority. Others just kind of happenstance. It created this opportunity for the executive agencies to create all these various specific laws or these specific requirements. The Supreme Court pulled that way back. That helps small businesses, I think, primarily. I think it helps larger businesses create these, create a avenue towards effectively being able to operate.
And I would think it puts more burden on legislators, which it should be, to write more specific laws.
Well, we should know what the law is before we're expected to adhere to it.
Right. All right, Andrew Cherkasky, thanks so much for helping us understand some of these more complicated but very important decisions.
Of course.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.